for the over, write a forward slash for the over, write a star for multiplication. Then the last one, it is to output, and that's it. Then you stop. Question number 17, they are talking about lines of symmetry. They are saying it has two lines of symmetry. It is this shape here. They want you to find a line of symmetry for this shape. There are just two. A line of symmetry is simply a line that cuts a shape into two equal parts. And this shape only has two lines of symmetry. It has two lines of symmetry. Then let's go to the next question. Then the next question, they're talking about transformation. They want you to identify this transformation. Of course, this is a reflection, because we said the transformation, which is a reflection, the shapes will be facing each other. So this is a reflection, and the mirror line is just in the middle there, which is y is equal to x. That is the mirror line. The mirror line is y is equal to x. So it is a reflection with the mirror line of y is equal to negative x. That is it. Then the second question, 18, is coming from what we call variation. So they are saying y varies inversely as 2x, and yeah, it's actually y varies as 2x and inversely as a square of z. That's what the question is saying, I'm sure here. Yeah, y varies directly as 2x and inversely as zx. Remember I said direct variation, the number goes on top. Inverse variation, the figure goes down. So since the 2 is direct variation, it goes on top. You write y is equal to 2x on top over z to the power 2. But remember, for any variation, there has to be a constant called k. That is the k you are seeing. So to be y varies inversely, y varies directly as 2xk, and inverse, the number must go down. Always when you hear the word inverse variation, it simply means that the number must go, the letter must go down. The letter must always go down. But if it is direct variation, the letter should just be opposite, like y is equal to 2x, y is equal to z, y is equal to p, y is equal to 5x. That is direct variation. But the inverse variation, it will be y is equal to 1 over. Example, if they say y varies inverse as p, you write y equals 1 over p. Then write a k on top. Then after that, you need to find the constant of variation called k. All you do is 1 is 3, you put the number given. 1 is 3, you put a number given. I think here even the constant was given. Put a number given, 1 is 3. 1 is 3, put a number that has been given in the question. Then there's already a 2. The constant is 1, and x is 24. We want to find the value of z. You just cross multiply, and there is z. You just replace the numbers. 3, what is y? 2 is already there. 1 for k, which is the constant. And then x is also given. We want to find z. You cross multiply and divide both sides, and don't forget to find the square root. Then question number 19, this is calculus integration. Remember the formula for integration? You add 1 to the power, and then the same power becomes the denominator. So that will be 6x to the power 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. And the final answer will be 6x to the power 3 over 3 minus 2x to the power 2 over 2 plus 5x plus c. If you want here, what is 6x and 3 and 2 and 2x, you can divide both sides. You can divide 6 into 3, 2 into 2, so that the number is reduced. And that's it. Question number B is similarities and congruent triangles. Here they've given you the ratio of areas. So if they give you the ratio of the area, and then they want you to find the actual height, first convert the area to height by finding the square root. That's what they've done. If square root of 64, square root of 36. But if they give you the ratio of volume, you find the cube root. Take note. If they give you the ratio of area, they give the ratio of area. If they give the ratio of the area, you find the square root. If they give the ratio of volume, you find the cube root. So in this case, the square root of 64 and 36 are 8 and 3, which can be simplified to 4 and 3. And then after this, we do direct proportion. 4 is to 30, meaning that the height of the big one was 30. For the small one, we don't know. So 4 to 30, 3 to x, and cross multiply. That should give us the number we are looking for. Number 20 is trigonometry, where they want us to find the tan DAC. So to find tan DAC, we need to find AC and CD. We need to find AC and CD using what we call Pythagoras theorem. So AC, it will be 9 squared, it will be 3 squared plus 4 squared, which is 16 plus 9, 25 square root 5. So we have found that AC is 5. Then next, CD, it will be 13 squared minus 5 squared, which is 169 minus 25. It gives us 144. Square root of 144, 12. And then we go to the ratio. Remember, tan, according to SOHCAHTOA, tan is TOA, which is opposite over adjacent. The opposite, according to what we have solved here, the opposite is the 12. The adjacent is the 5. Let's look at the shape here. The shape is here. Tan DAC, the opposite tan DAC, meaning that the angle is at A. The opposite, the angle is at A. We want to find tan DAC. The opposite, the angle is at A. The opposite is DC, which we found as tan DAC. So the opposite here is the 12 that we have. The opposite is the 12 we have found, and then the adjacent is the 5. So that is 12 over 5. 12 over 5. We needed to solve for those because they were not. If you check properly, why we solved for AC and CD is because AC was not given and CD was also not given. So we have first of all had to find AC, which is 5, and then we used the same 5 and the 13, which is already on the diagram, to find CD. Then we go to TOA. Then last question number 20B is vectors. So all we want to do here, we want to find the answer for AB. So AB is, the formula for AB is OB minus OA. So you just subtract vector OB and vector OA. That's all. It's that simple. Then question number 21. Question number 21 here, we are talking about linear programming. So the first line is x is equal to 2. Because this line, if you check properly here, x is equal to 2. This line, x is equal, it has passed where there is 2. So it is x is equal to 2. X is equal to 2. X is equal to 2 because it has passed vertically on 2. And then if you look at the area which has been shaded, the shaded region there has been represented by greater. So we go for the unshaded region, meaning according to that line first of all it is dotted, and then the side which has been shaded is the side where there are less, where there are numbers less than 2, that's why they have shaded, meaning that as we put greater. Remember, we go for the unshaded region. So since they've shaded here, if you go back here, you've seen they've shaded these numbers which are less than 2, meaning that our symbol is going to be greater, because as we put the symbol which represents the unshaded region. Take note, we put the symbol showing the unshaded region. We put the symbol showing the unshaded region. Then for question number 2 and 3, that is a straight line. So the first thing you do is you need to first find the equation using y is equal to mx plus c. After you have found the equation, you need to check, is the line solid or dotted? If the line is solid, you use less or equal to. In short, you put a small line under the symbol, like in this case. This symbol you have seen here represents the unshaded region, meaning that they have shaded the greater part. The part which is down is what they have shaded, not the one up. That is why we've put greater. So you put greater if they've shaded below the line. You put less if they've shaded above the line. Take note, you put greater if they've shaded below the line. You put less if they've shaded above the line. And then if the line is dotted, you don't put that small one down the symbol. You just write the symbol. If it is solid, you write a symbol. And lines that are bent, those lines that are diagonal, the first thing is to find the equation of a straight line using y is equal to mx plus c. Actually, the first thing you do is you first of all find the gradient. The gradient using y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, meaning that you have to pick any 2 points on that line. In this case, they picked 0, 2, they picked 2, 0 and 6, 4. Even in the second question, they picked -6, -4. No, they picked 6, 4 and 0, 8. Pick 2 points. Then the second last question is here, question number 22, where they are talking about indices. So square root of 2x, square root of 2 is the same as 2 to the power x. It is the same as 2 to the power x, and then that they are saying they want us to solve 2 to the power x is equal to 2 to the power 1. So all you do here is, let's see the way the question has been written. Where is it? It is here. Yeah, so here you just write 2x to the power 2 to the power 1 over 2, because the symbol for square root means 1 over 2. So meaning 2x to the power square root of 2 is the same as 2x is equal to 2 to the power half. So just have to cancel the 2. X is equal to half. That's all. X is equal to half. You just cancel the bases since they are the same. X is equal to half. Then question number B, you just have to find the factors. You equate each factor to 0. Since the question is -x plus 2 and x minus 2 is equal to 0, you separate these factors. -x plus 2 is equal to 0, x minus 2 is also equal to 0, and then you bring the numbers on the other side where there is a 0. You have x is equal to 2, x is equal to 5. Now here, -x plus 2 is equal to 0. When 2 goes the other side, it becomes -2. It will be -x minus -2. You have to cancel the negatives. No wonder if you've seen here, x has no negative, 2 has no negative, because they cancelled each other. After you have found these values of x, You just write 2, 0 and 5, 0. That is it. And then for the minimum value, here they've used the same formula that we learnt in class. Remember I said for the minimum value, you need to use the equation of the axis symmetry. Use first negative b over 2a. After I have found the answer for negative b over 2a, that same answer I have found, replace it in the quadratic equation. You put the answer where there is x, and then you solve for the minimum value. Last but not least, it is trivial graphs, acceleration. So here they are saying find the acceleration. The formula for acceleration is final over initial, final minus initial over time. The final velocity according to the graph is 24. The initial velocity is 4. Then the time taken was 5. You divide, subtract. 24 minus 4, 20. Divide by 5, 4. And then the second question is talking about they want you to find the value of t. So to find the value of t, you are going to use this same formula for acceleration. 0 minus 24 over t, since they said they want you to find the value of t if they've given you the retardation. So after you've used the formula for acceleration, there where there is a, you put negative 2, then you write 0 minus 2 over t, you cross multiply, divide both sides. Then the answer that you find must be added to the 10 which is already there, because if you notice here there is already a 10 here. Let's check here on the graph. You've seen there's already a 10. So this 12 we have found is the time between 10 and t, because it won't make sense for us to say that from 10 to t it was 12. It is 12 plus 10 which is 22. It even makes sense because looking at the distance. So once you find the answer here, always remember to add the answer you have found to the 10. Then the last question is talking about average speed. Speed is distance over time. Speed is distance over time. So since we do not know the distance, we need to find the distance. Distance here, we are going to look at our shape. This shape we have here is a trapezium. There are 2 trapeziums here. So you need to find the distance for the area for the first trapezium and find the one for the other trapezium, and then that way you should be able to find you add the areas. That's what they've done here. They found the distance. They found the distance or the area for the first trapezium, which is the small one, 70, and they also found for the other one 20. That is what they did. Actually here they use a trapezium and a rectangle. That is also another method. After that, you can divide. You can divide with the time, which is 10. Actually they wanted the distance up to 10. Okay. So meaning that it will be the rectangle L times B. The L is 24, the B is 5, and then for the trapezium, the area. Remember the area for a trapezium is the area for a trapezium is A plus B H over 2. A plus B H. A plus B in the brackets. Outside you put H over 2. Then now the A is 4. The B is 24. And then the H is 5. That's how it is. The A is 4. The B is 24. And then the H is the 5. That's what they have done. If you check here, you've seen the A is 4, the B is 24, then the H is the 5. You multiply that, it gives us 40. And then for the rectangle, it is 24 times 5, 120. You add these two, then divide by the time, which is 10. That should give us 19. So this is the end of our revision. go through this paper and make sure that you solve. So for you to practice, what you can do is after going through this, give yourself time and try to see if you can solve this paper on your own alone. And then you mark yourself, you see if you remember what we have discussed, because this is how we revise.